Eyup, I hope that you're all doing alright. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if it's your first time here. I hope that you've all had a good weekend and week and whatever else, whatever day that it is that you're watching this. Today we're building a mid-century apartment and I actually got the floor plan idea from Serafina Creates. I'll link their channel in the description, or I'll tag them in the description, whatever. They do quite a lot of floor plans and I've used their floor plans before, especially for apartments. In fact, I think I've only used them for apartments. But yeah, they do really good floor plans and it really helps having like the visuals and, you know, sort of seeing how they put it together and seeing where the furniture can go and stuff like that. Another person that I'd recommend for floor plans, if you struggle with like the layout of houses and stuff, is Rolo's floor plans on Instagram. I'll put their link to their Instagram in the description as well. Use their floor plans loads, right good. But yeah, Serafina Creates came up with the floor plan for this one, and thank you, because I always struggle with floor plans for apartments. I've said floor plans that much, my tongue's a bit like tired from saying like fl and pl that often. But yeah, I've always kind of struggled with apartments and everything and the layout of them, so I do appreciate people that put floor plans together. It's super helpful for me as somebody that has only ever lived in like a house, and I've never really like set foot in an apartment. Although I went to York with my partner recently and we stayed in an Airbnb that was an apartment. I might actually build it for a video, you know, just for fun. I tried building it in one of the apartments in Myshuno, but it never really like fit quite like right, so I might build like an apartment block, you know, like a proper apartment thing. It don't really work in The Sims 4, but I'll see if I can figure it out how to make it like look cool and everything. But yeah, it was fun. I've never stopped in like a proper apartment before. Well, I have. I stayed in one where it was like a hotel, and it's like you've got like a bedroom, a kitchen, living room, bit, bathroom, but it's all like kind of there, if you know what I mean. Quite small but like nice. And yeah, we stayed in an Airbnb in York, proper nice, and I do want to build it because it had a really nice like sort of style to it. As soon as I were in there, I was like, oh, I want to build this in The Sims, so yeah, might do that at some point. But yeah, I've also got some news as well, but I'm not going to announce it just yet. I'll be announcing that soon. I think probably in my 3,000 subscriber video. I've got like a decent idea for that, so just hang tight for the 3,000 subscriber video. It's going to take a while to put together. Well, it's not going to take a while to put together, it just takes a lot of planning, and I am not that great at planning. I do have ADHD, my organisation skills are next to zero, and I can't really rely on my partner to help me organise it, because he don't know much about Sims and like how to do it. And no offence to him, like, he just don't, like, I wouldn't expect him to ask for my help planning something to do with, oh my god, what games does he even play? Rainbow Six Siege, for example, he plays that. I would not expect him to ask for my help with anything like that. But yeah, I think I'm going to do another video with him, so I hope that's alright. I've kind of already decided it in my brain. It were in my previous like 1,000 and 2,000 videos for reaching like those milestones, and yeah, people seem to like it, so might as well bring him back for third in. And it's a bit of a different idea. We're not going to be doing a build this time, but yeah, I'll let you know more about that close to time. In fact, no, I'm not going to let you know about it. I'm just going to drop the video and see what you think. But yeah, anyway, let me actually talk about this build before the speed build ends. So this apartment is the 121 Hakim house apartment. I think it's in the Spice District, is it? No, I never remember what the districts are, but I'll put it in the description anyway. And yeah, like I said, I used a floor plan by Serafina Creates. Already talked about that. But yeah, I really love how the entire apartment turned out. It's very like fancy looking, in my opinion. I think it looks quite expensive, and I would say that a rich sim lives here. It's intended for a family. I don't know if I already said that, but it is intended for a family. So yeah, I imagine that they do quite well for themselves. It's intended for like 2 parents or 1 parent, it's up to you, a teen sim and then 2 child sims. Also, I just want to drop this out there, I have interacted with about 0 content around, a weird sentence, I have not interacted with any content around the new expansion pack. I have been in my own little bubble, in my own little decluttering, organisational life where I'm trying to get my house sorted and tidy that all I've really heard about the expansion pack is that there's going to be one. I know that infants are coming. I know that there's a new world. I don't really know anything beyond that. Everything that I've seen against it has just been like on accident, because obviously I follow the Sims on Twitter and I follow a lot of Sims related content on social media in general, but I've not actually interacted with any of it. I don't know anything about it. I've not really watched any videos about it. I don't know any gameplay elements. I saw a video, well, it was a thumbnail by Plumbella, I think, talking about memories, which I was like, nice one, that would be fun. But I've tried to avoid it because I want to sort of consume all the content at once when my brain's ready. The trouble sometimes with having a special interest as an autistic person, a lot of my time is taken up by The Sims, a lot of my thoughts are taken up by The Sims. Now that I have a YouTube channel, it's even more so. A lot of my social media is about The Sims. So sometimes I kind of get tired from it, which is really like annoying because I do consider The Sims like one of the biggest parts of my life. So to be tired from it, it's a bit like, well, how can you be tired from it? But I guess it's like anything, like your brain can only take so much, and it's just a bit like, enough. Like sometimes my brain is just like, enough of this now, do something else for once, because you need like a bit of a break. And yeah, I just get a little bit like, not burnt out from it, but I feel like there's only so much in like space in my brain for Sims content and Sims related things. So yeah, I've just been preparing myself and being a bit like, you know, I'll watch it and consume it when I'm ready. I have pre-ordered the pack, obviously. I mean, I own every pack that The Sims 4 has released and every kit apart from a couple of them, just because I've not got around to buying them, but I'll probably buy them at some point. And yeah, I know, you don't have to tell me, you don't have to say out about it. We can just not address the fact that I'm a fool for doing that, especially considering that I've bought kits that are like I only build, so there's no point buying packs really related to gameplay and like kits related to gameplay and like cast kits. Like I don't really need them, although every time I play around in cast I do use the Intron Arrivals kit like every single time. So I can't remember what I was just saying. I had a knock at the door and that interrupted my voiceover, so my brain's gone blank now. It was weird actually. The guy that knocked is to do with, oh, I'm out of breath. I should have took a minute to gather myself before I started recording. But yeah, it's something to do with we need new smoke detectors. The guy that comes, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to like say out bad about him because obviously I don't know him, but he's like kind of awkward, which says a lot coming from me. I was literally stood there with no facial expression and he was like waiting for me to react. But like, he said, well, yeah, we're going to come out tomorrow if that's alright. I was like, yeah. I said, do you know roughly what time? He was like, I do. Do you want to know? And I'm just like, well, yeah, that's what I've just asked. You know, like trying to be funny. So I'm just like, yeah. He's like, oh, we'll come out between this time and this time, and you know, it'll take about this long, and I've got one to go to before, and this, that, and he's like, is that alright? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, right, I'll leave you to get back to what you're doing. Also, when he first answered the door, he was like, oh, you've got your nightgown on. I'm like, yeah, I have got my dressing gown on because it's absolutely freezing. In a cost of living crisis, do you think I've got my heating on? Absolutely not. I'm walking around with my dressing gown on and mewed up. Very awkward. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it's just the way he like says stuff, and he kind of stares at you directly in your eyeballs right after he says something, expecting you to laugh, and I'm just stood there like, get on with it, like what are you saying to me? But yeah, maybe it's just me, I'm the awkward one. But anyway, I can't remember what we're talking about, so I'm just gonna change subject and talk about the build because I feel like I've not even talked about it. But yeah, like I said, the build is for a family, and I did build a room for twins. I mean, it doesn't have to be for twins, it could just be for like Sims of a similar age. If you're like me, when you do gameplay, you're knocking kids out left, right and centre. When I say knocking kids out, I don't mean like knocking them out with your fist, I mean like popping them out your body. Well, your Sims body. You know what I mean. But yeah, my Sims tend to have one kid after other, like can't stop. I like to have my Sims close in age because then they can like play together, interact with each other and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, for the twins bedroom, I wanted to do like a little corner desk where they could have computers and like play games together and stuff. A lot of my Sims, like kids Sims bedrooms, tend to be quite similar. They all tend to have like computers lately, I've noticed. I think I'm like living my ideal childhood through The Sims, where I would have loved like a gaming PC, well, just a PC in my bedroom. My computer were always in the dining room, which I completely understand, because that way my parents could have been like, come on, turn it off now, because they were always like there. And in my house, when I like lived with my parents and stuff, our old house, it was like kitchen and dining room, and then with like a conservatory, and that's like where everybody spent most of the time. So if I wanted to go on Sims 2, I had to like sit in the dining area a bit, and my dad were usually in the dining room like watching, I don't know, Grand Designs or something. And he'd be like, oh, can you build that on Sims 2? And I'd be like, no, I can't build stuff on it. I used to just build our house over and over again, and then like redecorate it in the most foul decoration styles you've ever seen in your life. And my dad would always be like, oh, you could be an interior designer when you grow up. And I'd be like, yeah, maybe. I just want to play Sims though. I don't actually want to interact with other human beings and discuss what interior design plans they've got, unless I'm solely responsible for designing it and they have no input. But yeah, I guess it kind of works out like that. I don't really do what else do other than building The Sims and design interiors and stuff like that, I guess. But yeah, I wanted to have like a cool sort of bedroom where they've got like gaming posters, they've got their own like computers, and yeah, it's just a cute little bedroom. I imagine that these Sims get on really well, and yeah, I just thought it was like a cute little room. Put up those like RGB lights from, what pack are they from now? Not Get Together. Why is my brain like doing this? Why is it like not helping? High School Years. Not even like similar to Get Together. I don't know why I was even thinking about that. But yeah, they're little lights from High School Years, and you can like change the colour of them and stuff. So obviously, I mean, that's what RGB lights are, and you could do that with all lights in The Sims. But yeah, I liked the look of it. I thought I'd put them behind the desk. But yeah, I really liked how this one turned out. I used the beds from Tiny Living. I think those swatches go pretty well together. They're like different, but not too different, you know what I mean? Like they're still in that purpley sort of colour range, purple and pink, peachy, that sort of colour range where it's like different but matchy enough, you know what I mean? Because I feel like if you have kids sharing a bedroom, if they're both like quite different, my children actually share a bedroom and they both want different things. Like one of them wants a purple bedroom, other one wants red. And it's quite difficult to, well, it's not difficult, I just don't want a purple and red room, like walls painted red and purple. Like I just think it's going to look bad. So you have to like be creative about the ways that you decorate the bedroom to suit everybody. Also, another thing that I wanted to mention is I've got quite a few build requests and everything. I've shut my requests for now, but out of all the ones I've got, I think I've got about 11 or 12. 5 of them are mid-century builds, and I was wondering, do you think it would be better to combine all of them to make like one that's kind of similar? I mean, 3 of them want it in Oasis Springs, and I think the other 2 is Del Sol Valley. So I think what I might do is maybe like combine them in some sort of way, you know what I mean? And like take ideas from each one, use similar sorts of packs. Or do you think it would be better to build each one individually and then just not make a video out of all of them? Because I just don't really fancy having like 5 videos about mid-century builds, and you know what I mean? Like I just want to be able to build it and get them out for people. But would it be better to combine them or make them individually? Like, what do you think? I'd be interested to know. But yeah, I just thought I'd ask because I'm not really sure like where to go with it, and I feel like because there's like 5 mid-century build requests, I'm kind of holding back a bit and being a bit like, I don't know what to do for best. So yeah, might as well ask you lot what you think. And if you did put in a request for a build, it will be coming soon. I've got quite a few to get through, which is why I've put a hold on them, and I will be getting back to my base game and save file pretty soon. You might be able to tell that I'm holding off because the next lot that I've got to do is a big one. It's the ones near, what do you call it, the goth house. I have started, I have done a bit of like planning. It's just harder, like it's just difficult. It's a very big lot that are in that area, and I'm just a bit intimidated by big lots. They are one of my phobias in life. Not really, but I like to pretend that they are. I will do it, and then I'll be like putting it off because I don't want to do community lots. But I've actually got a few ideas for the community lots. I just don't want to leave the area where the goths live unfinished and then move on to community and then move back, you know what I mean? I'd rather keep it all together. But yeah, we're getting there. I've even thought about doing a live stream making some townies, but I don't know. I don't know. I need to make some like families. I need to make some townies. There's still like a fair bit to go with the save file. But yeah, let me know. Maybe I should do a live stream. I don't know though. Like even just mentioning it, I'm like, do I want to put that out there? What if people want it and then I change my mind? But I guess it's not a big deal. I'm allowed to change my mind if I want to. But yeah, anyway, this is the teenager's bedroom. I went with darker colours for this one. I imagine that this would be sort of any gender that's in this room. It's got a very like masculine feel to it, but I still think, you know, obviously any gender could live in this room, sleep in this room, whatever. And I used those like base game wall panel things because I thought they looked quite mid-century and I liked the colour of them. One of my favourite colours is like sage green, and I'm very into like olive green at the minute as well. I bought an olive green jumper and I'm very into it. I'm wearing it now actually, Anna. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just very into that colour. So I thought, why not go with that? And then went with a bit of a red accent colour as well, because that was on the items from Get Famous. And yeah, then after that we'll be at the screenshot. So I'm going to wrap up the voiceover now before we run out of time. Oh, I also used the decor to the max kit. I don't think it's, oh, did you hear my wrist then? I don't think it's proper mid-century, but I think it passes, you know what I mean? When you combine it with other stuff, I think it's alright. But yeah, I'm going to go. I hope that you enjoyed this speed build, and if you do want to download it, it will be on the gallery as one big room, so you're able to just download it, place it in 121 Hakim house, and it should place correctly. It might take a bit of faffing about, but yeah, if you need to know how to place apartments, then just look it up on YouTube. It's pretty simple. There'll probably be like a short video explaining it, but yeah, it's very straightforward. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you all have a really good rest of your day and a good week. And thank you for being like patient. I have had a little break due to just needing one, honestly, and I've been in my little like happy bubble with my news, which I'm going to tell you about soon. And yeah, anyway, videos should be back like to normal schedule and everything. And yeah, I think that's everything. Have I mentioned everything? Have I told you everything I need to tell you? I think so. If you want to download it as well, my ID is HutchPlays. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you all so much for watching. Love yous. See you later. Bye.